I'm here with Chris to talk about PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I know a lot of people are really excited for this game. Can you tell us more about it, Chris?
Yeah, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale is it's a really exciting franchise that we're starting up with. The development studio Superbot Entertainment is putting together 15 years worth of PlayStation history into one disc, which is really fun when you kind of stop and think about it. There's so many things that we can pick up from all the different franchises that are available to us, and creating a really super dynamic four-player brawler.
Well, can you tell us more about who's going to be in the game?
I can tell you who is on the game right now, who we're showing today, and it's Sweet Tooth from the Twisted Metal franchise, Kratos from God of War. We've got Radic from Killzone, Sly from the Sly Cooper franchise, and we've got some really cool historic characters like Parappa from Parappa the Rapper, and some really cool PSN characters like Fat Princess from the Fat Princess franchise. And that alone is, that kind of goes to show the philosophy that we're taking with PlayStation All-Stars, because there's just so much stuff to choose from. There's so much history behind PlayStation games in general that, I mean, for me personally, it's like having Parappa in there. It's one of those like, wow, that's like so classic, so timeless. Where you have a lot of people that haven't been playing, they haven't had a chance to play Parappa, experience him for the first time, and people that kind of grew up with Parappa get to experience him in a completely new environment.
I was really excited to see that Fat Princess is in there, because when it came out, I became really addicted to that game, and it's nice to see that you took a very well-done PSN game and stuck it into All-Stars as well. So can we expect to see more characters on launch, though?
More characters than we showed today. Yeah, obviously, there's going to be our character selection is going to be, it's going to be a really good character selection. I think everyone's going to be surprised as to what we have in the game in terms of, you know, kind of like unique characters, but also just like overall a well-rounded game.
Can you speak about any of the levels that are going to be in the game?
Well, today we have Hades from the God of War franchise. We have Sandover from Jak and Daxter. We have Dreamscape from Little Big Planet. And we also, the last level that we're showing here today is Metropolis from the Ratchet and Clank franchise. And the cool thing about the different levels is that not only are we, the whole philosophy behind PlayStation All-Stars is the mashup quality of the game. It's taking one element from one franchise and just like interjecting into another element and creating a brand new environments. So for the levels, like for example, Hades from the God of War franchise, you start off in Hades and you're fighting, and he's in the background, and he's kind of he's interactive with the level, so he creates like hazard areas. And then all of a sudden you have the Patapons that come in from the background and then start attacking the foreground, start attacking Hades, and the music changes, and it's a completely brand new environment. And same with Metropolis, where you have the Ratchet and Clank level starts off at the beginning with Quark in the background, and then all of a sudden the Hydras from God of War pop up and just completely change the level. It's always constantly dynamic. There's a lot of things going on screen. There are items to pick up, there are like hazard areas, there's explosives, 4 players at the same time. I mean, it just gets pretty insane.
So is it 4-player local multiplayer and also online?
Of course, it's a PS3, so you're gonna have a chance to play both, you know, with friends across the street, or again, 4 players on the same couch.
Can you also tell us about some of the items that might be in the game? Are they related back to the characters that are involved in the game, or are you just going to throw in some random items for fun?
Everything about PlayStation All-Stars is franchise-based. So we want to make sure that we're keeping true to PlayStation history, PlayStation mythology. Everything in there belongs to another franchise, and it behaves as it does in that franchise. So you have like the hedgehog bombs from Resistance that you throw into a certain area and it just explodes just as it does in Resistance. We've got a lot of content like that.
A lot of hidden content we'll have to wait to find out about, right?
Yeah.
Can you also tell us what I found really interesting is about the special moves that are in this game, the special meter?
So the way that you score points basically is by knocking out other players. When you knock out another player, you do that with your special attacks. And when as you're fighting, you're going to see your super meter goes up, and it's an ebb and flow to make sure that the characters are constantly engaging another. Well, the players are constantly engaging each other. No one's just kind of in the background waiting for things to happen. And ultimately, every character has 3 different levels of super attacks. And the first one sometimes is like proximity based. Second one, you have a wider area, and the third one, it decimates. So you can have either up to 3 kills, which is you kill everyone on screen, or if you time it right, you can have more than 3 kills. So it adds to the excitement. It adds a little bit also to the strategy aspect of the game as well.
So unlike other multi-fighter games, instead of knocking people off screen, you actually have to interact to kill off your players. You can't just sneak in out of nowhere and bat someone off the screen and win.
Yeah, no, you have to be constantly engaging all the other characters. If you knock out a character, that's how you score points. So you want to do that as many times as possible.
Do you know if there's going to be any leaderboards online?
Our online features are going to be really. We're competition based. This is a competition game. The fact is, if it's either you with 4 friends on the couch or you against 3 other people online, but it's all competition based. So there's going to be a lot of different competitive elements that are going to be thrown across the game.
Well, thank you, Chris. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, it's just we're really excited over the title. I think we're getting some really positive response from everyone. The more we start releasing news about all the other characters that are going to be available in the game, I think a lot more people are going to realize that this is a tribute to PlayStation history, and there's a lot of cool things in there.
Well, I sat down to play it, and I found it quite different than other games it is being compared to, so I know it's going to do well. Thank you, Chris.